I think let's get started with today's session. So we have Neil and Oline from FlytBase. Neil is part of the customer success systems solutions engineering team, and Oline is AI intern who is currently helping our SE team implement some of the internal tooling to make it more efficient. So over to you, Neil, for today's session.
Yeah. Thank you, Nitin. So excited to share what we worked on with AI. So I'll just get right into it. Just let me share my screen. All right. So today we are going to tell you how we built our own AI-powered learning management system. So for those of you who've worked in customer success and customer education, you do understand that as a product company, especially in high-touch environments, how important customer onboarding is to ensure product adoption, to know that customers are really deriving value from the features and functionalities that you keep building. And for a really long time, we've been, dealing with the traditional methods of using learning management systems. So I'll just give you a quick walkthrough on what we explored before and what led to what we are doing now. So the problem in traditional learning management systems is that they happen to be pretty expensive. So all the vendors that we got in touch with, the cost generally ranges between 20,000 to 100,000 US dollars annually. The systems are pretty generic, not customized as per our wants and needs and what our customers would want to see on their learning management system. And because of that, we don't see a lot of customization. So that's kind of, it has a limitation to that. So after exploring those LMS tools, we figured out that, okay, let's use Webflow as a workaround. So it got us somewhere, but not exactly where we wanted to be. So Webflow still gives you a little bit of customization. It's definitely cheaper than major LMS vendors. You still have limited control, not end-to-end. So we had to rely on a Webflow developer to build the entire UI to add the features and functionalities. But the iterations were slow and they were constrained as well. And this led to a lot of inefficient workflows, frustrations, because we could not roll out, a lot of features and functionalities on the LMS, which were hampering our user onboarding flows as well. So that's the pre-AI era. And now we have AI, we have the tools, the systems in place, and we could even think about, building something of our own from scratch. And I'll just give you a quick walkthrough on that. So we finally took the decision to build something of our own. So we wanted to stop relying on workarounds and wanted complete control on our learning management platform. Today, we're going to show you the AI tools that we use for it. So Oline over here, he's the person who executed everything end to end. So we use Cloud, Windsurf, Supabase, etc. And yeah, the key highlights on what we built is like we built this pretty quick. We were able to roll this out in 2 weeks. It's fully functional. It's live in production. Our customers are using it on a daily basis, and getting started with their onboardings. We've sort of gamified the entire process as well. We are saving costs, not investing in a lot of expensive learning management systems. We have full control. So we even have a roadmap on what features and functionalities we would like to bring to this learning management system. And we have freedom to scale as well. So yeah, this is it. Just wanted to sort of paint a picture and tell you the problems that we were facing. I would now request Oline to take over and show, what magic did he do and the different tools he used to get this up and running. Yeah, Oline, over to you.
So while Oline comes up, just to share with everyone, Oline is not really a developer. Oline, what is your coding background? Like how much coding do you do? How much coding do you know?
Oline, you are on mute actually.
Oline, hi, if you're mute.
1 second. Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I know a little bit of web development. Like I don't know how to use VS Code. That's it. I didn't know more than that. So here's the thing. Here's a website we have built, and I'll first tell you the journey first. So 2 weeks was not actually the right way to say this, because we have gone through a lot. Like in the beginning, I was thinking of manually coding it. I was thinking if the first step was to manually code it, and it was the worst decision I could ever make. And it was taking me way longer. So I wasted 1 week there. And then I was like, okay, let's start working with Lovable. Let's make it with Lovable, because Lovable is a really good option. But still, we had a few problems with it. Lovable does make good UI, but the worst thing about it is that during that time, we did not have any control over the tech stack. We couldn't change the tech stack. We couldn't edit anything. And I was a little bit comfortable with Next.js. I have worked with Next.js before. So I was comfortable with the folder structure. So I was like, okay, let's make it with Windsurf. So I then went to Windsurf, and this is what I did. So if I have to make this website all over again, um, I will like take a few steps, and that would be the first thing would be information gathering. Like I will gather as much information about how to make a website, how does it work, what are the best tech stacks for it. So I will go through these things first and understand the necessities and the importance of how a website actually works. And then understand how the LMS, like what are the requirements for the LMS platforms. For example, we needed a course page where the courses will be displayed. And then I was going back and forth in Neil for this one. So we have the videos here. So all the videos are supposed to be like properly shown and all. We should have quizzes after each and every video, and we should also have a tracking of each and every user, how much did they complete. So it's showing completed, right? Here, as you can see. If you go to this video, you can see that if you complete the video, this actually shows that you have completed the video, and it gives you a confetti and all. You get questions after each and every video. These are the requirements. Then we already had this kind of. We didn't have the quiz part, but we already had it a platform where we had the videos. It was on Webflow. But the problem was we needed something where we needed a platform where we could show the assessments, where people can come and take the assessments, and we could certify them. That was the first criteria. So uh, this is one of the reasons I had to go for a custom code base, for example, Next.js, is because we needed to make something very customized for our use case. We needed an assessment page. So this is how it started. So I created the assessment page just by chatting with and like jamming with Windsurf and Claude. I'll show you how it works. So these are the things that it has done. Like if you can mark it for review, just like if you guys have like if you did sit for JE, you know how it works. So it's kind of you can mark it for review. If you mark it and then move on to the next one, it shows it's done, and then you can submit the test. Right now I'm going to fail. I didn't choose any answer, but yeah, so this was the overall thing. This was the overall platform. This is what it needed. But not just this, we needed a full admin control. So we have this dashboard where we can control each and every video's questions and all of what questions are supposed to be shown. We can add courses. So right now, the workflow that I'm using to create courses is on n8n. So a little bit of coding is done, like not coding, it's also no code. There is no code here. It's all made with no code platforms. So this is the n8n workflow that I use for creating the courses, then add a video to course and a certification. So this is an high level understanding of how it works. I'll give you a high level understanding right now. So I needed to make a workflow for creating courses. So what it does is fetches playlist and just adds it to the database. Superbase database.
Maybe
And
all you
then
can try zooming into the workflow. That would be helpful.
yes, sure. So what I've done is I went to Windsurf and I told it, okay, so this is the endpoint. Add this endpoint and send me data in this, like send me the YouTube playlist URL that is being sent from here. Like if I add course and send the YouTube, like add the YouTube URL, and if I click on create, it will create the course just by fetching it from the database, and you can like see it like this. This is how it's shown.
So
This is how it's shown.
it is not just an
Yes.
LMS, it is also a kind of a course creation platform. So you're also
Exactly.
creating courses.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, not just course creation, it also has assessment creation. So there's one fascinating thing I was working with, like I thought about, and it actually worked. But there's one problem we had was that YouTube actually stopped, is blocking me from getting the transcript of the video. So I had this transcript bot that was getting the transcripts of each and every YouTube video. But the problem with that one is that YouTube is right now blocking me. But what that transcript was letting me do was to create questions per videos. So no one had to write any question on their own in the beginning. Right now it is failing because YouTube has blocked me. But for example, as you can see in the assessment page, like this assessment, uh, if I show you the questions, 1 second, don't cheat on this. You can see the answers here too. So the thing is, yes, these questions were being generated automatically from the YouTube transcript. So there was no human needed for even creating the questions or adding the questions or maintaining the website. So how did I create all this? I'll get into that. The first thing is, if I have to try this thing again, how will I do it? What are the things I'll take care of? What are the things I need to keep in mind? So the first thing what I'll do is gather information as well as possible. For example, I'm an AI intern, right? So I don't have that much context about how a support team works or what are the things I need to know for the LMS. So I had to go to Neil and ask, okay, Neil, what are the things you want in this? What are the features you want in that website? So there was a lot of back and forth and a lot of things we developed or we improved during these iterations. So the first thing what we were doing is, so the first, sorry, 1 second. So the first thing what we did was gather information. That was the first step about the LMS. The second step was to gather as much as the tech stack, we gather knowledge about the tech stack of the platform. What are the things I need to build the website and all. So I'll show you how I did it. So I went to Claude, and here's this thing. I've created a prompt beforehand. So this is how I actually write my prompts. So what I do is that I give it a context. What are the pages I want? I tell it the pages. There's also a lot of iteration here. After I do this, I actually tell it the design idea, or I ask it what the design should be like and how it should look like. So if I just give it the prompt, it will start giving me all the details. What are the things I should be working on? What are the things that are required to make this platform work? So once it is done, it has, as you can see, it has already started creating a database schema. I did not tell it to create it yet, but it has started creating the database schema too, which is very important. I'll get to the point where you can even make the database tables create on their own, like using an MCP server and Claude. So this is how I did it. So first, it got all the requirements already. It has created database schema too, and the website too, like the website's idea too. So as you can see, the next prompt will be to, 1 second, yes, use the MCP tool. This is what I do. I will not be entering this prompt right now because my MCP is already connected to my actual Superbase server right now. If I do this, it will actually blow up the whole Superbase thing. So I'll show you this. 1 second. As you can see, I have the Superbase MCP server connected to Claude, which is helping me create each and every table on its own. So I don't have to go there and write each and every table. I just tell Claude, write the tables for me or create the tables for me. It just goes to Superbase, creates all the tables, and done. I don't need any database creation, like database table creation. I don't need to do that manually. So after this process is done, I ask it to generate like this is what I'll do. I'll jam with it, and I'll also go through each and every tables if they're right or wrong. And when this process is over, I will go to this. Wait 1 second. I'll go to Claude and I'll ask it to generate a prompt for Windsurf to create this platform. So it will do everything. It will even create the Windsurf prompt for me. So let it go. Then I'll go to Windsurf and I'll show how I do it there. So it will create a Windsurf prompt that will help me create the Windsurf project like instantly. It will give me all the commands and every changes. It will make it automatically. Even the codes, like you don't have to understand this. I'll give you a good example that don't get scared by these things if you're non-technical. Don't get scared by this. It's just a very simple folder structure. You can ask Claude. That's how I do. Even I didn't know how these things work and all. So I went to Claude and I see it gave me the folder structure and everything. So this is a prompt. I just give this kind of prompts to Windsurf and it starts working on it automatically. And after you are done with it, after you are done setting up the project and everything is ready, what I do is uh, get into the development loop where you continuously fix something, edit something. So like you, okay, wait, I'll show you. Second. So and even I asked this to Claude, okay, how do I start this? How do I start run our development server? So this is how it does it. So I'll show you. One second. Yes. So this is the development server. It's running up. It's taking
This
time.
is the customization that we wanted. Like we can just add a prompt and make changes to our entire, UI features and functionality.
Yes. So let's try it once. So if I want to make changes, maybe here, let's think. Let's assume that I want to change this part of the website. I can just simply paste it here. The image got pasted. If you can see, it's probably very small. And then you can ask it that make the card section better. So make the cards in the section better. It will start working on it automatically. I didn't even tell it the design and how it should look like. I can obviously think about how the design should look like. Like if I want the cards to be if I want the cards to be in 3D, if I want a hover animation over it, whatever you can imagine, whatever you can think of. So you can just do that, and it will start working on it. There might be some errors, so don't worry about it. There might be some like simple mistakes, and you can just simply ask it, okay, you did this, fix it. It's just a loop you have to go through. It's an iterative process that you have to go through. But it's not like Claude can't fix it or Windsurf can't fix it. Like anything, like any page you see, any line of code you see, it's not handwritten. It's completely generated by AI. Everything is generated by AI. If I would have tried to make this thing manually, it would have taken me months to do it. But even after wasting 1 week trying to code it manually, then going to Lovable, we actually get to prod within 2 weeks. That was one of the biggest achievements, I feel like. And as you can see, it's already editing the page. You can also see it where it's getting edited. And you will see the changes here after it's done. Let's wait for a few minutes. And the next stage, like while it's doing this, I'll talk about the next stage. The next stage is the deployment. Where do I deploy it? The deployment process is on Vercel. I'll show you what Vercel is. Vercel is the same, is a company, is a parent company of Next.js, the tech stack I'm using right now. 1 second. Yes,
Ollie,
so as you can see.
as you did this,
Mhm.
what kind of challenges or what kind of problems did you face? Like anything that you would like to suggest to people who are listening in, how
Yes.
they can avoid mistakes and do this so that it is ready for production?
Yes, one of the most annoying errors that I was getting was that if the code becomes too long, if the page context is too long, if there are too many lines here, for example, 2,000, 3,000 lines, it becomes very hard for any LLM actually to properly read and analyze it and fix the errors. What it does, as you can see here, it will miss this bracket. It will do something like this. It will miss this bracket. And it's gonna be very hard for it to find that, okay, so I've missed this bracket. All I got to do is go to line number 575 and add a bracket. It can't do that. It becomes very hard for it to do that. So how do I fix that problem? I have created like this is what we all do. Probably SRV has also shown this before, where we create a docs file, where we create a context of the whole page, like how the platform is supposed to work, what are the rules. I'll show that too. You can go to Windsurf and you can add memories and rules here, where you can create a global rule and a workspace rule. So if you click on workspace rule, and if you create this rule thing, you can add the rules here that do not exceed the a page's length more than like 1,000 or 2,000 lines, because when it goes beyond 2,000 or 1,000, it becomes very hard for it to understand where it made the mistake and how can it fix it. You can also give it more context, like how many pages should be there, or there's a function that took you very long time to make Windsurf understand. What you can do is you can tell Windsurf to memorize it or like keep it or add it to your rules, and it will add it itself. It just edits the file and like does it on its own. So you can add them to the rules. You can save it there, and it will remember it. It has probably made the changes. Let me see if it has. One second. So many tabs. See, as you can see, it has already changed it. It's actually looking better. I think I should take it to prod. So if I do want to take it to prod, so this is how will I do it. Okay, these are just three simple commands. I can ask Cascade to do this too, but it's gonna take a long time. It's gonna be very fast if I just type it. I already had written these things for the webinar purpose.
And
So yeah.
just adding to what Olin said and reiterating what Nitin's question as well.
It's already started building.
To take this to prod quickly, you need to have a very tight loop. So Olin and I worked closely with each other, figured out what's working, what's not working, so that Olin could make the changes. So that's really important.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
There is a question Shubhashish has asked, which is
Okay.
how to align your FlytBase's original website color palette onto this one without
Oh
manual
my
effort.
God. That is actually very difficult. I actually struggled with it a lot in the beginning, and I'm still struggling. As you can see, it's kind of not of the same thing. So it's one of the challenges. The design challenge is gonna be there. Design is a very difficult thing to do. I feel like it's very difficult. It can write really good functions. It can write really good working code. For example, I'll show you a very difficult thing it made actually. One second, if it's possible. It's still building. Okay, it's ready. It's in prod right now. If you actually go to academy.flytbase.com, you can see that the cards have actually changed. It's that fast. It's that fast. Like if you have a problem, you just go to it, tell it, change the code, and it will do it. So yes, getting back to the point of the design thing, design is very challenging, and it's still one of the problems I'm facing. But I'll show you the things it is actually good at. So for example, let's take it here. Let's bring the video here. As you can see, the progress is this much, right? If I go back, if I change to different video and play this and come back to this video, it will start from the point it left off. So as you can see, as a developer, it might have been very much difficult for me to implement this. I don't know. I'm not that good of a developer, but yeah, it might have been very much. It is very much difficult for me to get this. But Windsurf just knows how to do this. It's just did it instantly. I wanted this feature because I wanted the users to be feel like, okay, I left off from this point, I want to watch it from this point, and it's like it's not gonna lose context. If I refresh the page, it's still gonna start from this point, as you can see. So even if you leave this and come back again, so it's getting stored in the database actually, every progress and everything. And then if you like these things, these questions should pop up, which question to pick or not. These logics, what I think is actually good at for designing. I'll suggest what you can do is have a color palette. For example, for FlytBase, we have the FlytBase as brand kit. FlytBase brand kit, if you can see. We have this brand kit. So I did this only. I just did this Control A, Control C, and went to Claude and be like, this is the brand kit we have. How do we do this? I have no idea. So yeah, it just did it as well as it could. It tried to keep the. Oh my God, I got logged out. Am I logged in here?
You were able to, so only in this current website that you have for Academy, you were able to align it with the brand identity just using that brand kit.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
That's
And
what I did.
another question from Shubhashish regarding do you get quality output when you connect Figma to Claude?
See, I'm not a designer, not a developer.
Okay. So anyway, so Olin has not really worked on Figma, I think, and for this project, he didn't use Figma at all. It was just purely Claude discussions with Claude,
Exactly.
and finally using Windsurf to build it out without Figma. So Figma has been skipped entirely.
Entirely. Yes.
So next question is, how do you test it before pushing it to prod?
Good question. I just tested locally. For example, you can see if the error is here, it's a local error. I can see, okay, this is not working. If this page is good or not, and I just push it. If we and Versal also stops us from building the code. If there's an error, if there's a problem, Versal will stop us. But yes, a thorough testing is also another thing. Like design testing is also that okay. Let me give you a little bit of context. When I first came to FlytBase, that was my first project to work on. Test cases generation and test case run. And what I found was, what I discovered was, even engineers in Facebook are struggling with it. It's very difficult to generate test cases from just from LLM. It can see your platform, it can work on it, but we can definitely connect you with Mahesh. He has worked on it. He is currently working on test case generation and test case runs, and he has done a really good job there. So he would be the right person to talk about it, the test case part. Right now, currently, we just needed something in prod as fast as possible.
So
Yeah.
I kind of qualify that answer. So basically the thing is that no, you have many different assets within your company. Some things are mission critical, so there that QA and everything becomes very, very critical. And like even for FlytBase, because we deal with drones and flying robots and everything, so that QA has to be absolutely stringent, and that is where some of our team members, Mahesh and others, have been working on that, and we have got like good success with that. And I don't remember if we have already conducted a session on that, or otherwise we will be planning a session around that sometime soon. So that is on QA, which is like very, very robust QA using these methods. What Olin is working on right now is not that mission critical. It is an academy platform, which is important, but not that mission critical. And then we have another category, which is like a lot of our internal tooling, which is never really in front of a customer. So that is even less sort of mission critical, and we can afford like it is, we don't have to do very rigorous QA as long as it is working for us. So depending on these buckets, you can decide how much time you need to invest in doing and what level of QA you need before you can go into production. So this one is a little bit of a lower risk item, and we can afford to go into production without that rigorous of a QA. So as long as it works, it's fine. The next question is around QA of questions and answers. So how do you do QA on the questions?
Right now we were doing it manually only. When we were generating that thing, Neil and someone else was verifying it, and we were constantly improving the prompt. Right now it's stopped because of the errors. We will fix it. Obviously, we'll bring or find a different method of how we can get the transcripts. I actually thought about it. We will discuss that later. I need to discuss that with Neil. But yeah, what we did was I went through each and every, like I went through a lot of iterations on the prompts part. So Neil saw the quality of the questions, if they were good or not, the options were good or not. It's okay. Let me be very honest with you. In the beginning, it was giving like rubbish questions. The questions were like we had the first video of the introduction of FlytBase, introduction of the FlytBase platform. It was telling us what was the what is FlytBase about, or it was like very weird question, like what did the instructor ask in this part of the video? Like that is not important at all. We need to make better questions. So we fixed it through prompting only. I will show you if you want.
Is there a prompt that you can show? Like what is the prompt that you are now using?
Yes. I can show you.
See what is the quality.
Yes. Yes. 1 second. Why do I get confused? So as you can see right now, I have deactivated the agent. So, oh my God. So
can you
I have the system. Yes. Can I get any bigger? No, I don't think so. This is the best I can do. So structured code contents. Was
this for question?
Yes, it was the question. Yeah, it for the question generation. We were improving it, analyze the provided transcript, replace this flight. Okay, the first thing was it was taking the transcript, right? So the FlytBase was like FlytBase. So we had to fix it and we did a lot of things. Yeah, we went through a lot of prompts. Even Neil was helping me generate one. He was the one doing it actually. I was like, I have made the workflow. Neil, please help me with the prompts. And Neil was the one who was generating these prompts. And in the end, I was writing these things to get a structured output from the agent. That's it. This agent is giving a structured output that is giving me questions in an array format. So that's why I wrote that. If you were curious.
The next question is, which plan are you using on Windsurf?
That is something I need to talk about. It is okay.
Let me
It's
check.
probably Pro. It's Pro. Yeah, it's Pro. It's Pro. It's Pro.
Okay.
It's
So,
a developer teams, so I'm using that.
right.
Yes.
Great. I think we have answered more or less all the questions that were there. Anything else, Olin, that you would like to share? We're like pretty much
Yeah,
completed.
there's one thing I would like to share. First of all, if you're from a non-technical background and you are getting scared by watching this, you have to understand that we all have to level up our games. What's happening is that using AI, uh, we can do things so fast. For example, I'll give you one simple example, a very simple example. This is one of the app I was working on. It's an Windows app. So I hope you can see it right now. This is actually, you cannot see this when I was streaming. This thing was hidden the whole time. It was just there. Now I just hid it. I just bought it back. It was always there the whole time I was streaming. I was actually going through all the prompts. The prompts you looked at was copied from here. I have an AI feature here where I can ask random stuff like anything, hi, and the AI is connected to it. So I can make this Windows app without any knowledge, prior knowledge of how to make Windows app. I still had a little bit of idea about how to make websites, but I had no idea about how to make Windows app. So I use the same methods, generalized methods that I just showed you. That go to Claude, talk to it about it, and it just told me, okay, you gotta make a .NET app and all, and it just worked. Oh wait, you can't see it. My bad. I was working on this. Yeah, now you can see it. So yeah, I just replied to like something. So yeah,
So it is
just
a
go to your
clone of
document and make.
Cluely.
Yeah, Cluely, yes.
So this is a cheating agent. So you can get all your prompts, everything hidden on your screen, and you like when you're sharing your screen, it will not be visible to the other person. So something like that. And it can also listen
Exactly.
and give you answers and help.
Yes, yes. I'm actually working on that listen part too, and it might fail. Yes, there's a caption button here. I'm still working on it. But I just created this within half an hour, like this much. Adding an AI bot, it can also take screenshots and everything, and it can analyze what's what's in the screenshots. It actually took a screenshot right now. So it can take screenshots of my screen. I have added shortcuts to it. Like each and everything has shortcuts. So everything was done using AI, like purely Claude. As you can see, it has analyzed the image. It can say, see an exposure panel on the left. It can see open files. What are the files that are open? So it's just giving me the name of the file that's open. So it's really cool. Try this, have imaginative ideas, and create anything you want. That's the message I'll give. You can create anything. Uh, I
Yeah, we can hear you now. So great. Thanks, Olin. If there are any other questions, you can quickly spend another couple of minutes on answering questions. Hello, sorry, there was some issue at my end. Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes, we can hear you.
You're audible, Nathan.
So if there are any other questions, we can take another couple of minutes to answer those questions. Okay, Atharv has a question. Can you please repeat the name of the agent that shows all the prompts, the one which you had hidden accidentally? So this is something that Olin created. So this is not a
Mm,
not a
Not
standard.
a
So he
no,
created
no, no.
he created basically a clone of Cluely. So Cluely is a became very popular for interview cheating agent. Yeah, this one. So
In
basically,
actually,
half an hour he was able to create a clone of this app, and this app is a paid app otherwise, and like they have raised funding and everything. So you can create something
yeah,
like that.
loaded.
Yeah, in like half an hour.
Yes.
So
So, any more questions?
yeah, superpower is available. Lot of interesting things can be done. So please, go on and experiment. The more you experiment, the more you try out things, the more you discover, more you learn. So with that, let's close. Did you create this clone? Yeah. Yes, Athar. This clone was created
Yes, yes,
without coding, just using Windsurf,
yes.
plot. Yes. So great. Thanks everyone
Okay.
for tuning in.
Another thing. If you guys have any doubts, you guys can reach out to me or like reach out to the WhatsApp group we have. And if you try working on it and you have any problems, you can directly ask it there. How can we fix this? Or this is the problem we're facing. I'll be available. I'll be helping you how to like implementing that thing. So I'll be there if you have.
Oleen or Neil, can you post the WhatsApp group join link?
Yes, Neil, can you do that, please?
Just a second.
I have deleted the WhatsApp app.
Let me just quickly check if I have it.
Yes, I have it.
Just post that just in case anybody would like to join in. Can also join.
Yeah, I've shared it in the chat section.
You can also join AI Hackers Collective. So there is a Slack group. So if you just go to this aihackerscollective.com, just submit the form there. We'll add you to the Slack group. So there is Slack, there is WhatsApp. You can join any of those communities. There are other team members from FlytBase available there. There are, of course, other community members as well. So people will be able to help you out if you are stuck anywhere. Yes, we will be sharing the recording of the session. So all recordings are being made available on the YouTube channel. Neil had posted that link in the start of the chat. So you can go and take a look at that. So great. Thanks, everyone. We'll be back again next Thursday with another interesting episode of AI in Action. So thanks for joining and have a great rest of the day. Thanks, Oleen. Thanks, Neil.
Thanks, Nitin. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Neil.